Hi, I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Where should we even start, man? Jay-Z and Dame. Why does everyone believe so much that, oh, Jay crossed Dame? And Dame, man, yeah, y'all thinking about the Roc-A-Fella, right? Okay, y'all keep thinking about Roc-A-Fella. Oh, he took Rockaway from Dame. He took all that from Dame. Dame got bought out. That's not a good businessman. Dame is good with creative, ingenuous ideas. But the business plan to follow through to be an SEO or SEO of a company, he has built these companies and lost them. They've all crumbled because of Dame. Jay wasn't even around and that was happening. Dame is a brilliant man and he's great at the startup, but the follow through, that's what he's not good at. The actual dealing with the company. He's good at getting it started and coming up with a creative idea and building it. And then, okay, now it's running, and then he's going to find a way to torpedo it. This is what Jay saw him do repetitively. Y'all don't know all of the ins and outs that was going on behind the scenes and things that Dame would do that would just embarrass Jay because Jay was around it. So it's like everybody keep focusing on the Aaliyah. It's like, look, what happened with Roc-A-Fella was gonna happen after Blueprint. When Blueprint happened and they were signing the re-up deal, he tried to buy out Dame and Biggs then. Leor said, look, I'll re-up with you. You don't need them. And Jay was, nah, it ain't right. I don't want to do it without them. He actually told Dame and Biggs. And Biggs didn't say nothing. Dame did. And for a minute, Leor was pissed at Jay. It was like, that was our conversation. And he knew then, I can't trust Dame. Jay stayed loyal and stayed there because they had reasonable doubt. They came in, they took a chance on him. They got Beanie Siegel, Freeway, PD Crack, State Property, the whole goddamn clique. They built this thing up. Brought in Cam. Dame brought in all these guys and was signing the contracts and doing all this. But y'all love to blame Jay. That's the crazy part. All the producers, everything in there, because y'all keep thinking about just Roc-A-Fella. Jay was knowing Roc-A-Fella, it's not going to make me a lot of money when I don't really own it. I own a quarter. So I'm not really going to get what I want unless I stop and go. Tata actually had the S. Carter record company. They actually had that while he had Roc-A-Fella. Jay was going to go over there to the S. Carter and make S. Carter his record company and leave Roc-A-Fella with Dame now. They was just going to break up Roc-A-Fella and that was it. He was going to move over to S. Carter, the S. Carter record label that they had. Drop some artists over there and they can eat because he had a better deal and he get the better percentages on the cuts. So Leor was like, you don't need that. You're Jay-Z. You can sign exclusively with your own company. Call it Roc Nation. It's not Roc-A-Fella no more. Now it's Roc Nation. It's yours, and do with it what you want. You starting fresh. Now you got a better cut. First, he he came back and did all these wonderful things, but he became president of Def Jam and was like, I'm through with it. But I got Rock Nation that's gonna be there, but I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna join. I'm gonna join Def Jam, and he ended up blowing money over there and wasting it. But Dame knew, and everybody keeps looking at this Roc-A-Fella company thing. He wanted out. He didn't want to be with Dame anymore. He didn't want to. He's carrying him, and he knows at this point what Biggs can do for him is done. What Dame could do for him is done. They've reached their zenith. And it's like, okay, Roc-A-Fella clothing line, Roc-A-Fella with Armadale vodka, that was cool to get in the door, but now I'm in the big boy game. That was small meat and potatoes compared to what we could really do with damage here. Now I can take it to this upper echelon and I got Leor to take me. And Leor hated Dame, hated his guts. Leo is a greedy, arrogant prick, but he's just a smooth businessman. He's shrewd as hell. And Dame Dash, he didn't like because Dame's energy. Dame is unapologetic and smart, and smart ass is just too much you don't need. And when you burn bridges and you burn relationships, Dame is just not smart enough to know not to piss off everybody. I don't care. I'm Roc-A-Fella. F you. I do what I want to do. I bid $500 million jets. I go in first class. I sleep in presidential hotel rooms because that's what he did his whole time at Roc-A-Fella. So it's nothing for him. He's used to that lifestyle. So to curb that is a humbling experience. And when you got to try to curb something, you don't understand why you have to curb it, then it goes into this narrative. Well, Leor did me in. Leor gave him a record label. He had Dame Dash Music Group. He had his own record label and everything, and he had the money. After Roc-A-Fella broke up, he didn't know how to get it off the ground. He had Benny Siegel with him, and Jay didn't take Benny Siegel. He left Benny Siegel with Dame. And Kanye went over with Jay because they knew Dame wasn't in position to run nothing. That's why Kanye was like, I'm going with Jay because he knew what was happening. He ain't gonna choose Dame. Dame was on the ship going downwards. Dame started getting into movies. He did Paper Soldiers. He did Paid in Full. He did these hood movies. They was cool, but the thing of it is the state property movies, that was good for the hood, but Jay ain't trying to really be associated with that. Leor told him, like, you don't owe Dame that. Don't get in that. Jay, you're bigger than that. You're lowering your value down. That's what Leor telling him. Jay, you don't realize where you're going. You're going to 400, $500 million territory. You don't need to be in that. Lower your stature down. Do you want investors to see you in Paper Soldiers? You want them to see you in state property? Leo trying to get him to see the big picture. Leo is the one that took Jay-Z on his first real European tour. I mean vacation. Just them two went on vacation. Jay-Z and Leo. Right when they signed the deal, Jay took his first vacation and he was going to be the big star of the company, Jay-Z. Because he liked how Jay think. Jay thought like an executive. He didn't think like a rapper. So Leo loves that. He gets it. He understands what I have to do here. So when he was getting positioned to leave Def Jam, and go over to another record label where he was going to create and find another person he was going to put in there as president of the company and leave and go to another one and do the same thing till he got 360 or entertainment or whatever and do what he do. Now, the problem is in this scenario, what people don't see is the fact that everybody wants to look at this Aaliyah thing. This Aaliyah thing got nothing to do with any of it. Dame's lying. You know, they know that y'all care about this dumb shit. And y'all go off on it and y'all eat it up. That's why they keep doing this. This means nothing. The Aaliyah Jay-Z thing, that don't mean a damn thing. That had nothing to do with no beef between them whatsoever. Them two didn't smash many chicks between each other. So it's like this. After they split, Jay-Z is sleeping with Dame's wife. Allegedly. She's Becky with the good hair. And this is when Dame is going through problems because him and her, they got an art the gallery that he got in her name, and he's trying to go to the art world and the film industry. You know, Dame was all trying to act and be in the movie and the whole nine, and he's just doesn't. He got temper problems. He goes off on people. He doesn't know how to talk to people, and it's sad because the man is so smart. He's too smart to be making dumb decisions. And he's made a lot of dumb decisions. You know, everybody, at least he took the chances. He took the risks to go out there and be great. You know, a lot of people don't take those risks. And Dame took a lot of risks. But what happens is the people that you treated badly and now they've gotten and grown into power. So now that you've treated these people badly and now they've grown into power and everybody get to see them for what they are, everybody now is like, oh, okay, we get it. We see what's happening here. So now they like, oh, okay, this is what we want to do now. We want to partner with these guys because they get it. These people know what's up. So they understand where they're trying to go and what the direction is. And once people don't have a direction, when you got a direction, you dictate how in your terms of what you want to do. Dame lost because he took money from the art gallery, ghettofied it, and tried to go and do some other things. Now he lost his film deal because he's trying to say they stole my movie from me. What he did was use the same artist that was just in another feature film, and Dame took those artists and put them same artists in his movie and changed the title. Now, while they were filming another project, and he's trying to push them on into this project, and they say, "Hey, whoa, 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 you can't do that. You know, those people are licensed under us. They can't be in the other film while they're filming this film. You know, they have a hold on these artists. When you sign a contract, you just can't, like, okay, on their time, you just gonna go ahead and film them anyway. It's like, okay, y'all finna do this for me. You did that for them, now y'all finna do this part for me for my movie. It's like, it don't work that way, dog. You don't, you can't do that. And it's like he's trying to hustle the industry, and it's like, dog, they got laws for stuff like that. You can't do that. So you end up with two movies with the same cast, and they was like, man, Dame is out here trying to scam and everything. So it's like, no, dude took from my movie, and my movie suffered because Dame did this backhanded thing that he did, you know, with stealing from our film. You know, so Dame was, you know, he's always, you know, doing some shisty, sneaky stuff. And that's why Cams couldn't do business with him. He tried to early on, but then he outgrew Dame. And it's just like all these guys outgrew Dame. Now Dame got 800,000, right? You think these dudes don't have 800,000? They ain't even got to give them all. You think they ain't got 50K? All the people he know, you think Kanye West couldn't help Dame? Kanye has helped him out the most out of anybody. Out of everybody there, Ye has been the one that's like, I owed you, Dame. So you can never say, I didn't do nothing for you. He did the honored up, helped him finish the movie when he didn't have the money for it. Kanye came and financed the rest of the movie for him and got the merch and everything. So he came to Dame's aid. And Kevin Hart, who saw him, and he saw Dame a couple years ago, and Dame was roasting him. Like, nah, you got on my boy, so I got to get you back. Cause you got on my boy. You got on my boy, yay. Now I gotta get on you. I got him, yay. So he saw him and had to go in on Kevin Hart. But Kevin Hart, what's 800,000 to Kevin Hart? I'm not saying he gotta give Dame the whole 800. And he could be like, Dame, here's 250K. That should help you out in your situation. All them guys should come together and they can say, here's 100K, here's 200K. Y'all be spending that on vacay and going to the strip clubs. All the people Dame didn't help, and then Mariah Carey. Mariah could have easily came and helped them out, but a lot of them don't deal with Dame. They look at him as self-destructive, and they feel like if I do this, then he'll be back for something else. He'll be back for more. And this is where, people got to tell other people, this is not the way to do it. You're hustling backwards, and I'm having a hard time trying to understand my benefits of being with you guys. And that's how they looking at it right now. Jay-Z and Kanye and everybody else, they're having a hard time understanding what are we doing here, bro? Why are we dealing with Dame Dash? Dame Dash is a grown man. He's responsible for himself. He stole money from these dudes. Like he took money out the shoe deal. Benny Siegel was gonna have a shoe deal. Dame came in and hoarded off that and got with Pro Kids and got the state property shoe and went and licensed it and stole the deal, convinced them not to do the deal with Beanie and said, we'll give you the state property, the whole group. And he got his deal. So you cut Beans out of his check just so you could get a check and give Beans some money out of it. It's a snake move, man. So Dame was doing stuff like that all the time. And then he was taking from Armadale Vodka to pay Beans. He's like, you still got the money though. No matter where it came from, you got it. That's all that mattered. I gave it to you. But he was like, nah, that wasn't all my money that I was supposed to get from the shoe. You took from someplace else, and just gave me a bag and it wasn't even what it's supposed to be. So I understand how Beans is now and how he feels. He's all messed up and all those things he had, the two Bentleys and all the craziness. Right. The dude had two Bentleys. He had a house. He had all this stuff. And he never went platinum. That's what Jay was like. Look, Benny Siegel had a good run. But Dame Dash saw that Kanye West was making all those beats. He didn't want him to leave because the guy made hot tracks. And if you got a guy that's making hot tracks, you don't just let him walk out the door and get a record deal. And you got to wrestle with the other record company to be able to use them again. So Dame was like, look, man, we decided get you that deal with Roc-A-Fella. And that deal took a lot of time. Dame ain't heard a song he had before he gave the deal. He had already heard the songs he had made and for Cam and all them. It was like, look, man, you keep giving Cam that fire, then I got you. And Ye knew entertainer to entertainer. Like, this is Jay-Z. I'm gonna go work with Jay-Z. That's my big brother. He looked up to Jay. Like, this is my guy. I came there. Dame, signed me to Roc-A-Fella, but Jay is Roc-A-Fella. He the face of it. So me up there with him, like we repping, the same thing. And now I'm like, I'm right under him now. Now I'm little brother. I'm over there winning Grammys and I'm doing stuff he didn't do in the music biz. Like, I'm out selling Jay-Z. Kanye became the face of the label. Kanye was that guy. And Dame brought him in. Then now he's a shell of what he used to be. But at one time, this was it. That was his right guy. Watch the Throne is supposed to be Drake and Kanye. And to see Ye go over there and do the album with Jay-Z would put people in a bad spot or bad feelings about things. Jay-Z, as many albums as he sold, as much fame that he had, the upper echelons would not let him get in. Beyonce softened his image and what they saw in him. The majors did not want anything to do with him. He couldn't sit on Oprah's couch. And he was Jay-Z for years. And Jay-Z was like one of the most easygoing rappers in the world that they would want to talk to. Beyonce was told she couldn't even mention Jay-Z and mention his name when she went on the Oprah show. She would do whole interviews and not mention Jay-Z at all. Now it's, oh, how's Jay? How's the kids? Jay-Z started putting on glasses. He don't wear glasses. We never saw him with glasses. He had to make himself look, vulnerable. Like, oh, he's not a gangster rapper. Look, he's wearing glasses. He was trying to grow his hair out. Started speaking like a yardie, like he was from the UK or something. He was overseas at the time. And look at him now. It's always been my sword. So that's why I always say people forget the facts. Like, y'all get sucked into this Roc-A-Fella and Roc-A-Wear thing because that's the biggest thing y'all remember. Jay was leaving anyway. Jay wanted out of Roc-A-Fella from the second album. It just blew up. Volume 2. Remember, Jay was retiring. He was like, I'm retiring because he wanted out the deal. This is a guy who, before Volume 1, was getting ready to leave Roc-A-Fella and go with Big and become Iceberg Slim. They were incorporating Iceberg Slim as a name for Jay-Z for the Commission album. So Roc-A-Fella don't really eat off that. Jay gonna get the majority of that because that's Iceberg Slim. That's him. He was Iceberg. So Biggie was incorporating Frank White. You had all these different names, and this is why the RZA was pissed. Everybody want to change their name now. They see us change our name. Now everybody want to change their names and get aliases. And that was the truth. Wu-Tang was like one of the first to ever do it. We was what? Who is Lex Diamonds? And we got Tony Starks. We got Hot Nicks. We got Golden Arms, Noodles. Like, They all had new names. You had Lex Diamonds, Raekwon, Ghostface was Tony Starks. Everybody started to do that. Everybody was, man, they got new names. You could do that. Next thing you know, everybody got new names. So now you can incorporate yourself. Let's say you in a bad deal, now you want to go out and create something new. You can. Look at Snoop. Snoop name, Snoop Doggy Dog. Snoop Doggy Dog is his death row name. Snoop Doggy Dog. They own that name. So he said, all right, now I'm Snoop Dogg. That's it. Now Snoop Dogg is the name he owns. But Snoop Doggy Dog is Death Row. Like they owned that when he was there. So for him to record, he couldn't record as Snoop Doggy Dog no more. He had to be Snoop Dogg. But it don't matter because he could just be Snoop. And that's it. And we're gonna just call it straight down the middle. Hey, what's up, Snoop? Snoop. That's what it is. Now, all of these people are indifferent to change. They're indifferent to situations that don't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's countless. It's endless. It's like a whirlwind cycle of people with hate. But Dame Dash is a grown ass man that's in his 50s. Y'all, he's in his damn 50s. Let that sink in. That man's about 55 years old. He's a grown ass man. Roc-A-Fella was like, that was in like what, 2006, 5 or 6, around that time. So we talking about 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And you got Jaguar Wright coming out saying her stuff about it with a slant. But Jay ain't worried about that. That's 20 years ago. What have you done in 20 years? You haven't done nothing in 20 years? All he did was get companies, make them big, and lose all the money. Lose the company and lose all the money. Jaguar is just entertaining and telling stories. She'll have some truth, and then it goes to Psycho Town, and then you gotta just decipher what's psycho and what's real, and what she's saying. Well, when you have people that's you know connected like Jay and them was, they knew a lot about each other. They know about their past. They knew all these guys. Dane's from Harlem. He's a hustler. He's always gonna find a way to get it. But to see him down and out on his luck like this, yeah, and you got none of your friends stepping up, it speaks value because nobody had to intervene. Like Diddy got problems and all the stuff Diddy did for people. Everybody know to focus on what Diddy didn't do for them. Yeah, well, this is what happens, man. This is the industry where they take you apart. This is the record business. They take you apart for even having an idea. You understand? Don't have an idea. That's what they don't want you to have an idea, man. At one point they was great. Jay and Dane relationship is a lot like me and my friend, man. We grew up together. We did a lot of work together and business and everything. But then when it came down to growing and going in other directions, he just wanted to care about hoes and man, let's just get the hoes and get drunk and get the Moet bottles and get the table and do all that. I'm like, dude, we did that. Like for about 2-3 years straight. I'm like, it's time to grow from that. Okay, we didn't got that out of our system that we ain't had this as a kid thing. All right, and now we want to do that and we gonna rectify things. It's like, okay, you've done the immature thing, you got that out your system. Now it's time to do the right thing. Now it's time to get right. And that's the next step. That's the dynamic most people are stuck with. And it ain't that you don't try to help your friend. You do. But in order for them to come to the next level, they got to change. They just can't sit there and be this, like, man, I can't be the same. Change don't mean sell out. Mean you got to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it means. And that's where the dynamic switches. Because dudes don't, no, man, I ain't do this. Man, I can do what I want to do. Nah, 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 nah. And Jay was like, look, man, Dame ain't growing up. And he ain't going to be able to rock with me. Because of Dame's attitude is where Dame's at. He didn't burn so many bridges just by his attitude. It had nothing to do with Jay. The art gallery, the whole movie, independent movies thing he was doing. Dame caused a lot of his own, conflicts, pissing off the wrong people. Right. Jay grew from the little hustler who was trying to make everybody scared of him, fear him like he was the Don, to I'm your boy. I'm your next door neighbor. I'm the guy in the button up. You can trust me. So yeah, that's really what it is, man. I see they got Choke out there. He getting his paper now. I guess he done sitting on some platforms now. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man. Dame. Now Dame's his best friend. Dame, man, Dame, I'm telling you, man. Dame is so smart. Dame is so smart, man. Jay-Z he ain't even have no, and Dame came up with Roc-A-Fella, and he said, come on, man, you can get a part of this. He went to Biggs first. Biggs said, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. So then he went over to Jay. And then now him and Jay, they did Roc-A-Fella, man. What they did him that was wrong. Now, first of all, you sitting down with somebody who was there. So I won't say he wasn't around, Jay-Z broke his jaw. He would tell you that every day. Jay-Z had to break my jaw. So he will tell you that countless times. Now, here's where the dynamic switch. What business was you doing? And was you doing good business? You kept showing up to work. You wasn't getting paid. Nothing. I didn't get any money though. They was airing my stuff and I didn't even get paid. Everybody got paid except for me. And I'll be like, well, you wasn't doing good business. So this is why we say the things that we say and we move in the way that we move, is because when you see yourself moving up the charts, you want to be celebrated for your achievements and your accomplishments. You want to be congratulated for your hard work. You want to be somebody that they look at and say, hey, that guy did something. You don't want to be the guy that they look at as the leech or the problem or the attitude. You don't want that. You want to be somebody who is remembered for the good things he did. That's what I think. Somebody want to be remembered. Some of these kids now, they want to be remembered as the tough guy. I shot somebody, and all that goofiness. Oh, what I always say, be great. Why I say be great? Because everybody is so working hard on not even trying to be great. They just want to exist. So always strive to be great. A lot of people don't like Leor, and I understand why. Leo is if you understand and recognizes what he is, then you can deal with it. But Leor is just a greedy prick. At least he was back then. I don't know about today, but back then he was just a greedy prick, and you just knew that's Leor Cohen. He's gonna do what's best for Def Jam, and this any little thing to get a quick dollar. He don't care about feelings and how it's gonna make somebody feel later. He'll deal with the backlash. That's him. But with Dame, he wanted to show Dame, I'm gonna show you who I am. So I'm out. Shouts out to the Star Report. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bust Life. Welcome to HD TV. And definitely Jag Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Armando Black TV. And don't forget to support the Casino for Life Patreon. Make sure you go to the Patreon, become a member, become a VIP member, so you can get all the exclusive details behind the scenes. You got access to everything. So, on that note, I'm out. Thanking you.